Oh, I have a feeling this is going to be a rough one. My boy broke my other tripod, so I'm back to my old tripod that's missing multiple little things on the bottom. It's still really not up as high as I would like, and I'm scared to move anything. Okay, that's gonna have to be good enough. What are we doing? I would love to tell you. We're gonna do a full face of my favorites from 2023. I just compiled like everything that I know I use consistently over and over and over. I kind of went through phases. Like at one point it was a lighter phase, and then when it gets colder it gets a little more full coverage. So everything's in here. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to put most of it on my face. So if you're interested in that, let's jump into it. So the first thing for skin prep is this. The Sun Touchable, I don't know why that was so it was very anticlimactic, is the Sun Touchable Whoa Glow Broad Spectrum SPF 30. I even liked it so much that I had the mini. So this is skin prep. I also did spray with some Wet n Wild, but that like really didn't happen until later in the year, so I mean, I guess that still does count, but this is really the main, the big kahuna of the skin prep would be the Sun Touchable Whoa Glow sunscreen. If I had redness, which, shocker, I do, to cover that up, it is the Hero Rescue Balm Color Correcting Green Cream. And then I honestly just kind of tap it in with my fingers, and it goes further than you think. I actually forgot that it doesn't take as much as you would think. So less is more. Now we just kind of let that sink into the skin. So for brow was really interesting because I didn't really discover anything new so much as I went back to something that I used to use all the time, which is the e.l.f. brow, not trio, these quads. I don't really know what the actual name of it is, but this is in the shade Taupe. Like you can see, I've been using the heck out of it, and I really need to buy a new one. So I start by putting a little bit of spray on the, I say would use this one. Every once in a while I'll use that, but more often than not, I'm using the clear side. So I just get a little bit of that on my spoolie, brush things into place. Then when it comes to the colors, it honestly kind of depends what I'm doing. If it's just like for a daytime thing, I'll probably stick with just the lighter one. Sometimes if I'm feeling fancy free, I'll do a little mixture, a little ombre brow. And then if I'm going somewhere like at nighttime, it might be more darker. Like it just kind of depends. So the majority of the time, I'm just going in with the light color. So that's what I will do here. This is my e.l.f. Eyebrow Duo brush. And then I just start filling in my brow. I don't know why, I just kind of at some point gravitated away from my brow pencil. Like I'm a real big Wet n Wild brow pencil person. But I actually think I used this on someone, and then I was like, oh man, why haven't I been using that more? That's really good. And so I just kind of made the transition back over to this. There we go. That has honestly been my brow. I like it. It just, looks a lot more natural than when I was using the brow pencil, and that's what I wanted. So I've really been enjoying that, and I need to purchase another one. Going into eyes, I honestly do not have an eyeshadow. There was not an eyeshadow palette that I really fawned over this year. Honestly, the one I've been using the most recently has been this Wet n Wild Always Naked palette that I just reviewed in Your Favorite Products of 2023, so go check that out. Honestly, looking back on the year, there was nothing that I consistently was like, yes, I'm dying to use this today. So we're going to kind of skip ahead just a smidge, and I'm going to do bronzer. The bronzer that I've been using a lot this year was this LA Girl Matte Bronzer. This is Back to the Beach, and I'm just going to put some of that in my crease because I do have some eyeshadow toppers that I used a lot. Okay, eyeshadow toppers. You cannot beat the e.l.f. eyeshadow toppers. This one is in the shade Meteor, like this really pretty copper gold. This pink one in Little Dipper. This green one in Aurora. and this gold champagne one in Moon. Okay, so here they are. We have Moon. Is that right? Is that what that's called? Yeah, I was right. So we have Moon, Aurora, Meteor, Little Dipper. So these are great to have. There's shimmers, there's glitters, a large shade range. Today I think I want to go in with Moon. If I could pick it up, this champagne-y color. I don't know. I think I'm going to go in with Little Dipper and just put that on the lid. These little doe foots are really nice because you can really just put it straight on the lid. Now this definitely would have more impact if I had a shadow under it. Super pretty. You cannot go wrong with these. Tons and tons of shade options. For mascara, this one is surprising because the price point is so cheap. This is from the Relove by Revolution brand at Walmart. The Long Lash Lengthening Mascara in the pink tube. Length is true. It does not give me curls, so if I want curl, I have to add that with the eyelash curler. But man, when it says lengthening mascara, 100% that is what you get. And it's under $5. I think it's like at $5 or under $5. Really, really good mascara. I would encourage you to check this out if you're in the market for one. I have nothing else to say about it other than wow, it's good and wow, it's cheap. When it comes to skin, I pretty much bounce between these two. Maybe not my most frequent that you've seen on camera, but like my most frequently used, like in regular day-to-day makeup, would have been the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator or the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. And I would honestly use this just as like my foundation for lighter days. I probably bopped between these two the most. So today I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. This shade, even though it is shade 1 fair, it's still very yellow. I probably, if I ever run out of this, would try the, I think there's a lighter one. I just kind of go in messily with this. But I like this. If you're someone who can get away with light coverage, like you don't feel that you have blemishes or discoloration enough that you need a full coverage one, or you don't like full coverage, this gives such, look at the, just a beautiful glow. And the sunscreen is adding to that a little bit, but still, oh, it's just so pretty for light makeup days. Yeah. I think a lot of people use this as like under their foundation. But for me, if I use this 9 times out of 10, that's going to be the majority of mine. Now, when it comes to concealer, I have 2 favorites that I use this year. For more full coverage, the Catrice True Skin High Cover Concealer is so good. When this came out, it was like a big hit when it came out, and then it kind of just, I don't know, fell away. But I tell you what, this is an excellent full coverage concealer. Very, very, very good. But for most days, I go in with the Flower Get Real Serum Concealer. And this is going to give me some added coverage. It's going to brighten and give some of the coverage that perhaps the e.l.f. Halo Glow is lacking. And generally, I will hit that on my cheeks and my nose and just kind of that center area. Then as I blend it out, if there's any excess product, I will take that up to my forehead and my chin. Like, look at the brightness that's already given. And there's no, like, creasing. It does not, oh, shucks, I just hit my eyes. It's just a very nice concealer, especially for people with dry under eyes. And that is me, let me tell you. I like to give it a final pat over with my finger, just to kind of melt it. And there we have it. It just gives that little bit of brightness. It definitely covers my purple. Like, I use it all the time. And if I find out they're going to discontinue, I will buy multiple bottles to keep, because this is the best concealer I have found for dry under eyes that gives coverage, that brightens, and does not look dry or cakey. Okay, I don't know what happened with this eye. All of a sudden, it's just pouring water and I can't make it stop. So ignore that eye. I don't know what just happened. So before I get into powder, I have 2 cream products. For bronzer, love the Revolution Ultra Cream Bronzer in Light. This is a spot-on dupe to the Fenty. Much cheaper price point and so nice and blendy. and a little difficult to get open sometimes, apparently. So what I will do is I will place it with my e.l.f. Putty Bronzer Brush. Pretty. Oh, I took that way too far down. I accept full responsibility for that one. This is the nose contour brush. Okay, I can't do it in the monitor because every time I do, I mess it up. Oh, you could have told me I had mascara right there. Then I do the preliminary blending with this side just for my lip and my nose. Then we do the rest of the blending with a sponge. Need you to stay, need you to stay. Blend the nose. Hey, I did it. I was trying to do it in the last video and I couldn't get it. So blendy, so nice, really good product. And then for blush, once I found this, I got hooked on it and it's all I would use. The Juvia's Place liquid blushes. Specifically this one in the shade Dahlia. I would like to try other shades. Oh, that was probably too much. These are the epitome of, holy cow, that's pigmented. If you look up pigment in the dictionary, this is, like, look, that little dot, you guys, that little dot. So, we're going to go and try to blend this out a little bit. Like, did you see how small of a dot? Like, I would love a baby doll pink. You know what I mean? Like that traditional pink in this. It would be so pretty. So, blushes, yeah. 2023, this is where it was at. I mean, it still is, but I know this is kind of funny, but I want to share with you this brush. This is one of the best powder brushes I've ever seen, especially if you want to do powder foundation. This is the e.l.f. Powder Blurring Brush. It is just the perfect density, shape, everything. So if you ever want to do powder foundation and you want a really, really good brush for it, the e.l.f. Powder Blurring Brush. Excellent. So my two favorite powders would have to be these two for a little bit more fuller coverage. Would be the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Mattifying Powder in Fair. And then honestly the one that I was using a lot that I think is so underrated you don't hear about is the e.l.f. Prime and Stay Finishing Powder. This is in the shade Fair and it just gives the best blurring effect and it's like $4. Take some, start on my chin, work my way up and then under the eye. Like, it's not drying, and it does such a nice job. And then I'm going to take this a little bit more and do the center of my forehead. Underrated and cheap. Like, definitely check this powder out. It's really, really good. Okay, lash glue. I'm not doing lashes tonight, but this is my absolute favorite lash glue. The Eylure London 18-Hour Lash Glue Latex Free. Super, super good. Wears well, doesn't irritate my eyes. Lip liners. Any of them in this, any shade in this line, the Milani Color Statement lip liners, they're one of the two best. And especially this shade is kind of like, woo! Once I found it, I haven't put it down, is in the shade 09 Spice. I have always tried to overline my lip. Found it pretty unsuccessful until this shade. Something about this shade, it looks okay. Yeah, this is my other shade. This is All Natural. And then I have the shade Spice. So, All Natural and Spice. Now, when it comes to lips, going with the lip liners, we're sticking with Milani. There are two ranges of Milani lips that I love. And they're both the Color Fetish ones. We have the Color Fetish Bombs and the Color Fetish Matte Lipsticks. Let me swatch them all and I will show you the full shade range that I have here. Let's start here. These are the three bombs. This is Lustful, Seduce, and Bitten. Like this, it looks a little more red on camera, but in real life, that's a really pretty blue-toned red. And then these are the mattes. We have Pleasure, Secret, Dahlia, and Smoke. So, no joke, these lipsticks are what I literally use the most. If it's a more natural day, I'm probably going to go in with Lustful. Sometimes I'll even hit this bit and, like, it's just, okay, let me show you. I'll have to redo. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful. I'm not kidding. These are fantastic. And then if this has been my guilty pleasure combo is Milani Spice and then this one in Pleasure. Okay, so again, I overline my bottom lip just a little and then I go in with Pleasure. Oh, look how pouty. Look how pouty. Sometimes I'll even put my favorite gloss over it. And this has been the gloss I've been wearing, but I don't think it's available anymore. It was from ColourPop and the Raw Beauty Kristi collab in Glacier. Like this glitter. I'll put some of this. Oh, that is my combo. Combo punch. 1, 2, 3. Pow, pow, pow. It's this. It's this right here. Where it, look at that. She's so pouchy. But yeah, these right here have been the star, and I want more. I want the full range. If anybody knows anybody at Milani, please tell them that this color fetish line, I'm their big, oh, where are you going? That I am their biggest supporter. Love them. So those have been my favorite lipstick. I am just chucking everywhere. And then I kind of forgot to go back in with a little bronzer. But again, it was the LA Girl Matte Bronzer in Back to the Beach. Of course, I really like my makeup and it's 9:30 at night. Because this is the only time that my sweet, precious, beautiful, fantastic baby boys will leave me alone so I can film. So that is a full face of my favorites from 2023. Let me know down below, what do you think? Again, if anybody has any connections at Milani, just give them a little my way, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, thank you for watching this video. Hope you will like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.